Severide, Taylor Kinney, leaving Chicago Fire has been a big deal. No two ways about it. The character is a massive reason why the show works, and the fact that the writers felt the need to bring back Casey Jess Spencer in his absence only proves his worth. There are tentative assumptions that Severide will return to Chicago Fire eventually, but fans have taken his absence a step further by suggesting that maybe the character will stay gone and lead a new Chicago Fire spin-off that focuses on the OFI, or Office of Fire Investigation. Here's what you need to know about this theory. Chicago Fire has obviously found great success through its spin-offs. Chicago Med and PD are ratings juggernauts in their own rights and have been on the air for nearly as long. It would make sense that Dick Wolf Productions would eventually look to expand things and see if they can take the franchise in a new and exciting direction. Could Severide be the key to this direction? We don't think so. While fans posited some good story angles for a spin-off that focuses on the OFI, it would be too big of a gamble to take away a main character from a flagship show. The franchise actually tried something like this before with Chicago Justice. In an effort to give the spin-off some juice, the franchise poached Antonio Dawson, John Seda, from PD and dropped him into Justice, only to have the show be cancelled after one season. Watch One Chicago on Fubo TV. Watch over 67 live sports and entertainment channels with a 7-day free trial. 9 jaw-dropping Chicago Fire, Med and PD deaths that left us heartbroken. Needless to say, the gamble didn't pay off. If Severide were to take the plunge and lead a whole new series, then the series flopped, then it would hurt the brand of the character as a whole. It would also undo the decade-plus that has been spent developing his character on Fire. How would his marriage with Stella Kidd, Miranda Ray Mayo, continue if he worked elsewhere and barely saw her once again? Issues galore. There are no serious talks about a Severide spin-off, and looking at it more closely, we're happy there isn't. Chicago Fire characters who won't be back for the latest Chicago Fire Season 11 spoilers and news, plus more on the entire series, follow the Chicago Fire category at One Chicago Center. We all have our favorite Chicago Fire character. There might be a couple that are in contention, depending on the season or their arc. There's also characters that can rub us the wrong way and frustrate us given the warm feelings we felt towards them in the past. Season 11 has given fans plenty of drama to sift through, and plenty of disagreements to decide whether they agree with one of the characters over the other. In the interest of sparking debate, and hoping that the arcs for these particular people change during the back end of the season, here are 3 Fire characters who have rubbed us the wrong way in 2023. Emma Jacobs, Caitlin Carver, has annoyed fans since day one. To be fair, it's been by design. She immediately angled to take over the medic job from Violet, Hanako Greensmith, and used all the illegal means she could to make sure it happened. Thankfully, she self-imploded before it could happen. Jacobs made a surprise return in Season 11, and it seems like she still has it out for Violet. All signs point to the character coming back and making things difficult for the 51 employee, which we get, but we can't say we're thrilled. Especially after everything Violet has been through. Seth Prima, Troy Winbush, is a rarity. A police officer who appears on Chicago Fire, rather than Chicago PD. He deals mostly with Severide, Taylor Kinney, especially when it comes to the case involving crime boss Ben Martucci. Watch One Chicago on Fubo TV. Watch over 67 live sports and entertainment channels with a 7-day free trial. Prima has tried his best to balance Severide's desires with his own professional goals. But the fact that he's mostly turned a blind eye to the attempts made on Severide's life, and that of kids, means that we aren't exactly sympathetic to his cause. The controversial one. Stella Kidd, Miranda Ray Mayo, has been part of the Chicago Fire cast since. But her role as the instigator in multiple storylines means that she's oftentimes the one making unpopular decisions. She ignored Severide's calls when she was traveling with the Girls on Fire program, and she has been pretty critical of Carver, Jake Lockett, despite knowing about his tragic past. While some of her decisions have been justified, The implication that she would be seeing Carver get transferred Chicago Fire characters who won't be back for the latest Chicago Fire Season 11 spoilers and news. Plus more on the entire series. Follow the Chicago Fire category at One Chicago Center. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Fast Gossip 24, and stay with Tess.